Hey y'all, calm down girl here. Therapist reacts, team on OG. Like I said, my last video got majorly copyrighted. So I'm new to this. I'm just trying to do therapist react commentary. Nothing serious, just educational purposes only. I'm not a tea page. I'm not trying to gossip about anybody. I'm just trying to make commentary based on my professional and personal experience. So again, I'm just going to do a quick clip about Teen Mom Amber and Leah's relationship, and then I'll make some comments here. What's that?
Is what's affecting me.
Meanwhile, Amber is pretty upset that her own daughter doesn't want to celebrate her birthday with her there. She doesn't get it.
I really wish that she could just understand that I can understand what's going on right now, and I do wish that I was with her, but it's okay. I just wish she could forgive me one day, just one day.
Okay. She wishes that she could forgive her one day. Having watched the episode from last year's birthday, I think that I guess there should be maybe possibly some more self-reflection as to why maybe her daughter doesn't want her there. And maybe she does understand that. I wish she could forgive me as a loaded way to talk about it because unfortunately a lot of Christians use that as a form of manipulation. I'm not saying that's what she's doing, but I'm saying it can sometimes come across as pressure to the other person that feels like maybe there's been boundaries violated, maybe it's been going on for quite a while, or maybe there's been some trauma or wounding that's happened that the person hasn't acknowledged. And sometimes it can be an easy way to kind of place the onus on the other person to say, forgive me. But she did say that she's willing to wait, so that's good to hear.
I'll wait forever.
She sent a card in this kind of like glass gold rose to Leah, but that ended up upsetting her, so she probably just should have backed off.
I really wasn't expecting to get anything. It did really throw me off. I was definitely not prepared for that.
Now, luckily, Leah has stepmom Christina in her life because this letter she wrote her brought tears to my eyes reading the whole thing.
I want you to know that no blood on earth could make you more mine. You are, have always been, and always will be enough. Thank you for allowing me into your life. I promise to always hold your hand and remain by your side. And I promise to love you unconditionally and be the best mother to you till my last breath.
And she even gave her a promise ring to promise to always be there for her. You can just tell how much this means to Leah, and I hope it can help her with her abandonment issues. Now grab your mic because we're going.
Okay, let's talk about it. So I'm glad to hear that. Leah has another female in her life that obviously has been there in a more present way than her mother's been able to be, like her bio mom, obviously. This is not an adoption situation. I know in the news that this is something that Leah's asking to be adopted, but this is not like a Tyler and Caitlin situation where, there's been an official adoption. Leah's coming to the age where she's starting to realize that she has choices and she's owning how she feels about things, experiences with her mom, how they make her feel. That can be really uncomfortable for mothers and daughters to go through. And she happens to have another person in her life that is a mother figure that is regularly there for her. So that can be dicey. That can be really uncomfortable, but I'm glad for Leah's sake that she has someone else that's like committing to her. She doesn't come across as the type of woman that's trying to do it in any type of malicious way. I think she just really cares about her stepdaughter and wants her stepdaughter to feel seen and loved and all the things. So yeah, it's nice to see that. Okay, let's see what else we can comment on today. And I will try and put it back on the screen one second.
Pod swapping, I'll say it. It was good to have Kale back on Teen Mom after her 2022 exit. I know she's living her best life as a podcaster and a mom of 7 now, but she has lifted the episode a little bit, even with just this cameo moment.
I'm done now.
You're done?
Oh yeah, I got my tubes taken out.
Taken out?
Yes, they cut them out.
Oh, thank God.
It was rough.
This
So
is
the last
too
one being planned,
fast,
I have to
isn't
live the next time. And I didn't get a girl without the boy.
Yeah.
So she's talking about getting her tubes removed. 7 kids, right? So that's kind of cool. They're having like a little update situation about the fact that she's done having kids. Not much for me to say about that. Let's make it a little bit slower and see if we can have any more commentary about that. Oh. I'll say it now and say it again. I've always thought that, Tyler and Caitlin were so young. They were babies when they had this. They didn't have the proper support, which makes sense because both families were very chaotic. And of course, they didn't have the support that they need. Of course, they didn't have adults guiding them. That's the reason why they were trying to decide whether to keep their baby or not. So unfortunately, the person that they relied heavily on was Dawn, the adoption counselor, who didn't just have their interests in mind, had the adoptees in mind. So, looking back, and I've watched every single season, including when they were trying to decide. And like, I always had an icky feeling about Dawn. I always felt like she was kind of manipulative and just not really like pressuring them. And I feel like, yeah, she's been the go-between, but also like hearing about like how she convinced Teresa to give their address so that they could send them gifts and stuff. I feel like, unfortunately, from my perspective, my observations are that Teresa possibly, and this is just all questioning, possibly didn't want to do certain things, but felt pressured to say yes. And then now is like trying to backtrack and like put down boundaries. And then Tyler and Caitlin are very literal. Like if you say something, they're going to take you at your word. And they're going to be like, well, you said this and you signed this. So this is how it's going to be. So of course they're like totally disillusioned and like confused because all of a sudden there's this backtracking and now complete blocking, which to me is ridiculous. You can't just randomly, well, not randomly, but like, I think to me, it looks like a situation that's been building up for a while. And then maybe she's just finally like, I'm blocking you, which, is causing more chaos. So I hope things can work out. And the good news is that it's only 2 years away. Carly's going to be 18. So, I mean, then things are up to her. And I just hope that she's doing okay. That's all I have to say about that.
Pushed to the side. And I know he's reached out to Macy and apologized to his parents for a lot of stuff he's done.
But you're saying he hasn't reached out and apologized to you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, looks like that apology Taylor was looking for is coming pretty quickly. He has this kind of heart-to-heart moment later in the episode at this baby shower for Ryan's fiance, Amanda.
I'm proud of you.
It's a hell of a lot easier now. Yeah, it is.
Yeah. I just want to tell you that.
I appreciate it.
Why are you touching his arm?
I mean
Hey, dude.
I know
Thank
you do.
That's a little
For loving
icky.
Macy. For loving Ryan.
Taylor always loved me.
My dad
Taylor
is
hated you.
disgusting.
And he had good reason. He had good reason.
And Taylor and Ryan
Thanks for
agree to
a
the
lot,
golfing
Nick.
and kind of hash things out probably off camera, which is probably best. And speaking of sobriety, Leah Messer gave a speech about her own journey into recovery awareness.
Okay. Well, yeah, I don't even want to comment on that one. Addict history, addict behavior. I know that him and Macy weren't married, but basically almost like second divorce, restraining order from ex-wife, now together with a former addict. That seems like a very chaotic situation. So I hope it goes well. And I hope that everyone is good and sober and all the things. Unfortunately, I don't have much confidence that long-term it'll be stable, but I wish them all the best. Anyways, calm down, girl here. Remember to not calm down because the world needs you. And I hope you're all having a wonderful day. See you again. Bye.